From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Women across the country spent March celebrating women's history. March was Women's History Month, and Les Cruces celebrated with art exhibit all by women artists. Others celebrated by talking about how far we've come.
But of course, the fight for women's rights isn't over yet. News 22's Nina Gallegos has the story.
This disfigured sculpture of emotions and hopelessness is how Mary Diesel felt about the 2024 presidential election.
Felt like there were so many women crying about what was happening, and I'm almost 70 years old, and I used to believe that things would be different.
And Mary isn't the only person who feels like things are getting worse.
I just feel devastated every day that I look at the news and I see what's happening and how far backwards we're going, and I really just didn't think we would lose all this ground in this day and age.
And for being a woman in a male-dominated field, it's harder than ever.
We're a group that has been overlooked. We make less money than men, and it's just really, it's an honor and a privilege, and it's important for us to be out and to be seen.
Women's History Month is a time of celebration to honor everything that women have accomplished. It's also a time to acknowledge how far they have to go. And with DEI rollbacks, that's more important than ever.
One of President Trump's first priorities after re-election was diversity, equity, and inclusion rollbacks.
They will be coming for women's studies. It won't be that hard to dismantle the community of scholars who have produced the work that we've had the advantage of for the last 40 years.
Judy Long is the founder of the first ever Women's Studies program at Cornell University. She joined the League of Women Voters in Las Cruces to talk about the effects DEI rollbacks will have on women across the country.
Will your half of the community property?
And the fear for women scholars now is that women's work will again be erased into the back of history, leaving women feel like they are not a part of the fields they've worked so hard to break into.
Women have always been there before us. And the scarcity that I encountered during my education, it's socially created.
But one gallery worked extra hard to make sure women in the art field are seen. The Mad Hatter has been open for less than a year, but owner Penny Peace is drawing attention from around southern New Mexico. With a focus on contemporary art and in March a focus on women artists, it gives women a chance to see themselves extremely present in a business that can be unwelcoming.
The industry is very male-dominated, it is, and to stand in a room with other women who are very like-minded, you know, unifying as one, there's just no words that can describe that.
Some women are hopeful for the future.
Dreams and do not give up on your dreams.
And others,
I wish I were 10 years older and I could die and forget the whole thing.
Are less optimistic. But one thing that they do know is that these women aren't going anywhere.
They're going to have to accept this, regardless.
Nina Gallegos, News 22.
From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.